Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this in one go, so I apologise in advance if I stumble over my words going forwards, and indeed if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it can't be helped. Hopefully it's not too much of an issue for you. Today is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel, and it's time for another instalment, if you will, of Eurovision What We Know So Far. Now, I don't know if I filmed a video like this regarding the 2021 contest. Nevertheless, here is one now, and there will be videos very similar to this moving forwards, probably 1 or 2 a month, as we move through the upcoming Eurovision season. I have information in front of me just to make sure I don't forget anything. Prepare for much waffling, I'm sure. Next year's Eurovision will be the 65th edition. Obviously, it didn't take place this year because of the global pandemic, which sadly is still ongoing. It will take place, though, in the same place it would have done back in May, the Ahoy in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, hopefully with a live crowd. There are 4 scenarios in place that the European Broadcasting Union announced a couple of months ago. Scenario A is a Eurovision as normal. Scenario B is a socially distanced Eurovision, which seems perhaps the most likely at this moment in time, mid-December. Scenario C is a Eurovision in which some of the competing artists don't travel, so their performances come from their home nations. And then Scenario D is the worst case scenario, in which everybody stays at home, and Eurovision doesn't really feel much like Eurovision at all, if you ask me. Hopefully that won't happen. Scenario B, perhaps the most likely at this point in time. Anyway, the dates: Tuesday the 18th, Thursday the 20th, and Saturday the 22nd of May. A lot of things have stayed the same. Like I said, the venue, the dates are a bit different. The hosts are the same. Chantal Jansen, Edcilia Rombley, herself a musician at Eurovision on 2 previous occasions, Jan Smit, and the successful YouTuber Nikki Tutorials, who's already done stuff on the YouTube channel for Eurovision. She will be the online host. We do have a new executive supervisor. Jon Olesand has gone. Martin Österdahl is in. The logo's slightly different, whereas before it was a sort of circular mass of colours relating to when each of the 41 participating nations debuted in the contest. The logo now has Rotterdam in the centre, and the colours go off in different directions to indicate where the capital city of a participating country is in relation to Rotterdam. So there's a blue streak that goes up to the northwest. That obviously represents Reykjavik in Iceland. You see what I mean. I personally preferred the logo that would have been in place earlier this year to the new one, but I'm not picky. What else is there to say? It will be 41 countries, the exact same lineup of countries that would have competed had this year's contest gone ahead. That means Bulgaria and Ukraine are back. No Hungary, that's a shame. No Montenegro, and other countries such as Bosnia, Monaco. There's no debut for Kazakhstan. They're nowhere to be found. The stage design will stay the same as well, as does the semi-final allocation. So the countries that would have been in semi-final 1 stay in semi-final 1 in the same half. And I think what we're going to get moving forwards is not that many national finals, because some countries have gone internal, whereas perhaps they wouldn't normally do so. So, getting into it, semi-final 1, 18th of May, all these 17 countries will vote, alongside Germany, Italy and the Netherlands, 3 of the automatic qualifiers right there. Australia have internally selected Montaigne. Now, if Australia had participated this year and there was no such thing as a global pandemic, Dami Een, who finished 2nd in 2016 in Stockholm, she said that she would be returning to the Australian national selection, but that might be postponed now until 2022. Anyway, Montaigne, I believe she's been working on things. I'm really looking forward to seeing what she brings to the table. Her entry that would have taken to the stage in Rotterdam earlier this year, Don't Break Me, was actually my second favourite. I think we'll get something slightly more modern, perhaps. Something that has a bit more appeal to it, because I think the staging at the national final put a lot of people off. I'm really looking forward to what it is whenever we get it. Belarus, no details yet. It won't be Val. I know that there's been a lot of political tension in Belarus over the past year, as well as the pandemic, so I don't really know what they've got in store. It's worth saying that for Junior Eurovision, which occurred a few weeks ago, Belarus did go internal for that, I believe, which is not something they usually do. Anyway, Ireland. It was recently announced that Leslie Roy will represent the Irish as she would have done earlier this year, which is great. Apparently she's got a song which has even more broad appeal, is even bigger than Story of My Life, so I'm really looking forward to hearing that. Lithuania. The Roop, I believe, will be involved in the national final setup, which is several weeks long, many shows. It might be more stripped back for 2021, I'm not entirely sure. It's probably online somewhere. If the Roop come back with a song half as good as what they were bringing to the table earlier this year, then they're going to be onto something very special indeed. Lithuania, for me, are gearing up for that maiden victory, because I think in terms of the quality on offer, it does seem to be getting slightly better every year. And if you look at the production value of their national final right back in the spring, it was really quite impressive. Big arena, big stage, looked fantastic. North Macedonia, no details yet. Will it be Vasil? We'll have to wait and see. Russia, I think I read somewhere a few weeks ago that Little Big were interested in doing it if the right song came along, or they could create a song suitable for the contest, so we'll wait and see there. Slovenia have internally selected Anna Soklic. Hopefully her song will be better than Voda, which was this big ballad, of course. Not a lot of people really connected to it, I think, even though she sang really well. We'll see what happens. We might have a scenario with some countries where we have a national final with just one artist, several songs, a jury and the public vote on whichever one they fancy. Sweden, Melfest, will occur next spring. The final on the 13th of March. All the shows in Stockholm, possibly in a room that sort of joins onto the Globen, which hosted Eurovision in 2000 and 2016. We know the names of the artists involved. The songs will be revealed next year. Anton Ewald, Arvingana, Dotter, The Mamas, Kadiatu, Jessica Randashon. They're all there online. It looks like a pretty decent lineup, actually. A lot of newcomers and what seems to be a lot of Swedish language songs as well. Ralph Gyllenhammer's band is also involved, so that's one rock number. Fantastic. Azerbaijan, Effendi's back. Honestly, I think they should just go with Cleopatra Part 2. That song was going to have very impressive staging. It was going to be this very flashy, stand-out number in Rotterdam. And honestly, if they go for something similar, fair enough. But maybe they'll go for something entirely different. We'll wait and see. I'm really glad she's back. Belgium, Hooverphonica back, but not without... without Luca Kreisbergs, who was the former female lead singer. She's gone, and Geike Arnert is back. She was the lead singer of Hooverphonic from 1997 until 2008. And I think, if I remember correctly what I read, Luca was sacked from Hooverphonic by text message. I don't know if there's any truth in that whatsoever, but I did read that, I think, several weeks ago. Anyway, Belgium, Hooverphonic are back. Will it be a classic Hooverphonic sound with the strings, this sort of luscious melody? We'll wait and see. Personally, I hope they go for something that's similar to stuff from their most recent album. We'll wait and see. Croatia, national final, 13th of February. Damir Kedshow is gone. The names involved are Albina, Ashley Colburn and Bojan Jambrosic, Bernarda Brunovic, Beta Sudar, Brigitte Vuccio, Ella Oreshkovic, Erik Vidovic, Filip Rudan, Klapa Chambi, Mia Negovetic, the runner-up in Dora earlier this year. She's back. She's got a big songwriting team. Nina Kraljic represented her country in 2016. She's back with a song called Rijeka, which is the name of a city in Croatia, is it not? Sandy Chenov, Toma, big songwriting team there, watch out for that one, and Tony Chetinsky, who was the second ever Croatian representative in 1994 with a really smashing ballad. He sang that really well on the night. Christian Rahimovsky joins him. Those are the songs, the songwriters are there as well. We will wait and see who represents Croatia. Personally, Mia Negovetic seems like the strongest one on paper, but that means little. As for Cyprus, they've internally selected Elena Sagrinou, who is from Athens. She's 26. She's released a bunch of songs. I need to do my research. She's been on The Voice of Greece as well as a co-hostess, it says here. And she also did the Greek dubbing of Smurf Lily in Smurfs The Lost Village, the movie. There you go. Anyway, her song is El Diablo, the devil. Something tells me this might be in the mould of Fuego. It's another song with a Spanish language title. It might be quite this sassy, sultry, sexy number. We'll wait and see. But Elena is the first new artist confirmed for 2021. Israel, Aidan Elena is back. The songs in contention, I can't remember the name of all of them. But there's Shoulders, which I think is written by Netta's brother. There's Oué La La, which I think is probably the favourite at this moment in time. It's only the demos that we've had so far. They're all online. I can't remember the names of all of them. One or two didn't sound too bad, but are any of them as good as Feker Libi? I don't know. 25th of January is the date in question there. I think it's an online poll only. I can't quite recall. Malta, Destiny is back. I have no idea if X Factor Malta is taking place as usual. Probably not, given the current circumstances. But Destiny, former junior Eurovision winner, a wise choice. Norway, Melodi Grand Prix, 20th of February for the final. I think they're going for a similar format to what we had earlier this year, with many shows. Ulrika, not going to be involved. A crying shame. Romania, Roxanne is back. I think she's working on various bits and pieces at the moment. I'm really glad about that. Ukraine have also internally chosen Go A. Fantastic. Semi-final 2, 18 countries. They'll all vote alongside France, Spain and the UK. First half, Austria, Vincent Bueno's back. Hopefully he'll go for something which is a little bit more edgy than Alive. That song was fine, very much in the mould of Justin Timberlake, but I want something that's a little bit more cool and stand out, shall we say. Czech Republic, Benny Christo is back. Estonia, Estilao, final, 6th of March, all shows in Tallinn. The songs are out there. Gram of Fun with Lost in a Dance is my personal favourite, but Koit Tume, I thought the song was cheesy at first, but actually it is growing on me. I think it would be very good for Eurovision, but do we need him back for a third bite of the Eurovision cherry? I'm not entirely sure. He has co-written his song We Could Have Been Beautiful. We've also got Tanya, didn't qualify in 2014. Uku Savista would have represented his country earlier this year. He's back with The Lucky One, which he's co-written with Sharon Vaughan. It's quite a powerful pop number. It's much better than What Love Is. We've also got Kea with Hypnotised. That's a bit of a disco number, not bad. Ivo Lina represented his country in Oslo in 1996 as part of a duo. He's back with his son, I believe it is, and Supernova. That's a sort of slightly rockish number, not that impressive, but you can't rule him out because he's got a lot of fans, I'm sure. Yuri Potsman, last overall in 2016, he's back with a sort of dubsteppy number. Magus Melancholia, I'm not a fan of that one, I'll be totally honest with you, but that's the lineup. Sissy with Time, that's another decent entry as well. Greece, Stefania, it was her birthday yesterday or today, can't quite remember, shall we check? She's back for Greece. Of course, she is from the Netherlands, Utrecht to be precise. She turned 18 yesterday. Happy birthday to her. Iceland, Douthie and Gagner Magnith are back. I'm sure he's working on many different bits and pieces at the moment. A lot of attention will be surrounding that entry when it is revealed. Moldova, Natalia Gordienko is back. She's working with that dream team of riders. Poland, no details. Will it be Alicia? It makes sense. San Marino Senate is back, no surprise. Serbia recently confirmed that Hurricane will be back, and I'm looking forward to see what they bring to the table. Albania, 23rd of December, it's really coming up. It's an open-air national final. 21st and 22nd are the dates for the semi-finals. No idea which ones, which of the songs are in which semi-final. I won't go through all of the names, but Evi Reci, that might do quite well. Inis Neziri with Pendes, that's my personal favourite, and I think a lot of people's favourite. She's co-written it with Elhaid Chufi. Castro Zizo, I think that's the Rocky number. We do have a withdrawn entry, Manjola Nahbani, fair enough. I don't know whether that's to do with the virus or not, but anyway. Rosella Gilbegu, Jessica Polo's been involved before. A lot of familiar names. Mirud, that's quite a catchy number. That might do quite well. But anyway, yes, Albania will select their entry before Christmas. Armenia, no details yet. Athena Manukian is waiting in the wings, I'm sure. Bulgaria, March, when the song's revealed. Victoria, though, confirmed as the artist. There is one song called Ugly Cry, which she has already released. I was indifferent on it, but apparently that's in contention. Denmark, Dansk Melodi Grand Prix, 6th of March. Will it be with a crowd next year? Because it wasn't earlier this year, we'll wait and see. Ben and Tan, no details if they'll be involved. Finland, 20th of February. I did see something about UMK very recently, but I can't remember what it was. Erika Wickman might well be involved again. I have a feeling she will be. We will wait and see. I'm saying that a lot. Georgia, Tornika Kipiani. Don't know what song he's going to have yet, but it might be another rocky one. Latvia, Samantha Tina. The song will be revealed in January. Apparently it's already raring to go. She will finally get the chance to represent her country after many, many attempts. Portugal, 6th of March. We know the names of the composers involved in Festival de Canção 2021. They include Dachik, Ian, Pedro Gonçalves, Viviane, Irma, Fabia Maya, and Victorino d'Almeida, to name but a few. 2 of them were open call winners. The rest were invited by broadcaster, and some of those songwriters will, of course, be the actual act as well. Switzerland, John's Tears. Really looking forward to seeing what he brings to Eurovision, because, of course, Répondez-moi was absolutely beautiful. Surely would have pushed for the win. Moving on to the automatic finalists. Song 23 in the final on the 22nd of May will be Jean-Gu McCroy. That hasn't changed. He would have performed 23rd had the contest gone ahead earlier this year anyway. If it's half as good as Gros, I'll be happy. France, we know the names of the singers and the songs and the songwriters. Not the most impressive batch, if you ask me personally. The favourite is Barbara Pravi with Voilà, here it is, a song that she's co-written with Lilipo and Igit. Barbara and Igit have written songs in Junior Eurovision. I believe they co-wrote J'imagine, which won Junior Eurovision just a couple of weeks ago, and Bim Bam Toi, which was France's entry in JESC last year. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct there. That song, it's a sort of very typical French chanson, shall we say. It's the one to beat. We've got a song with Corsican lyrics, a song with Tahitian lyrics. My personal favourite is André Amad with Alleluia. And I just love the sort of jungle drum sound in the background and the choreography. That is a serious contender if you ask me. Germany, it won't be Ben Dolic. Great shame. I think they've got a few artists in contention. I'm not entirely sure. Italy, more on them in a minute. Spain, Blas Canto is back. Hopefully something better than Universo. The UK, no details whatsoever. As for Italy, Festival di Sanremo 2020 will take place from the 2nd to the 6th of March, but knowing the Italians, the final night will probably go on for about 10 years, because, my word, they do love to waffle more than me, which is saying something. The artists were revealed last night at the time of recording. 17th of December was yesterday. A lot of debutantes, but a lot of returning acts as well. The artists are Aiello with Ora, which means now. Annalisa, yes, surely it is her time. All of her Sanremo entries have been absolute quality, and I'm telling you now, one of the best female vocalists in Europe. And Italy, please, please, if not this year, then at some point soon. She really deserves it. She'd be absolutely perfect for Eurovision. Her song's called Dieci, which means 10. Arisa is back. Potevi fare di più, which means you could have done more. I think she's won Sanremo before. She's been involved a lot of times. Don't quote me on that. Bugo is back. E invece sì, which means but yes, apparently. He was involved with Morgan last year, and one of them walked off stage, if you recall. Not last year, earlier this year. Dear me. Colapesce di Martino with Musica leggerissima, which means very light music. Comacos with Fiamme negli occhi, which means flames in the eyes. Fiamme negli occhi. Fulminacci. Listened to some of his stuff briefly yesterday. Quite impressed. Santa Marinella, the name of that song. We've also got Ermal Meta, of course, with Fabrizio Morro, finished 5th, was it not, in Lisbon a few years ago. He's back with Un milione di cose da dirti, which means a million things to tell you. We've also got Extra Liscio featuring Davide Toffolo, Bianca Luce Nera, which means white, black, light. Phasma with Parlami, which means talk to me. Francesca Michelin, yes! Should have done better in 2016. Of course, she didn't win Sanremo. She was the runner-up that year, but Stadio, the band who did win, said no. Francesca stepped in. She's joined with Fedez, who I think is a rapper. There's quite a few rappers this year. We usually get them in Sanremo, to be fair. She's joined with Fedez. Chiamami per nome. Call me by my name. Rough translation there. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Francesco Renga, pretty sure he's won Sanremo before. He was involved very recently too. Quando trovo te, when I find you, the name of his song. Gaia with Cuore amaro, which means perfect. No, that's not right. It means bitter heart. Yes. Gemon, I think he's one of the rappers, with Momento Perfetto, perfect moment. Gio Evans seems like a good singer. His song's called Arnica. Not entirely sure what that means. Irama did quite well, was it earlier this year or last year? But anyway, he's back with La Genesi del tuo colore, the genesis of your colour. Okay. La Rappresentante di Lista, I believe that's a female-led group, which is very nice to see. Amare, which of course means love. Lo Stato Sociale, combat pop. Now, of course, they were the runners-up a few years ago with Una Vita in Vacanza. I mean, that was just a catchy, really fun song. If combat pop is half as good, they could be onto something special. Madame with voce, which means voice. Malika Ayane, or AN. Let's just go with Malika. Her song's called Ti piaci così, which means you like yourself like that, apparently. And she finished third a few years ago. Månskinn. Not entirely sure that's how you pronounce it, but it's written as though it's a Swedish word. So Månskinn, Måneskin, doesn't really matter. They're quite a cool, young group, a lot of fans. Watch out for them. Zitti e buoni means quiet and good. Max Gatze, he's back, featuring La Trifluoperazzina Monstri Band. Might be a bit of a silly song, this. Il farmacista means the pharmacist. Fair enough. Noemi, been involved a bunch of times. Glicine means wisteria, apparently. Not entirely sure that's an accurate translation, but nevertheless, she's back. Orietta Berti, her last entry apparently was 1992. Her song, think it will be a big ballad this, Quando ti sei innamorato, when you fell in love. Random with Torno a te, I am back to you, or return to you, and Willy Peyote. I think this is going to be a bit of a rappy number as well. Mai dire mai la locura, which means never say never la locura, which I think means the madness, not entirely sure. So 26 acts, I believe that is. That's 2 more than usual. It's going to be a long, long week, but the Italians love it. We're talking like 13 million viewers plus. It's the biggest show in Italy every year. Tiny theatre in Sanremo on the sort of northwest coast, is it not? Teatro Ariston. Really looking forward to it. Quality, left, right and centre, everywhere you look. Fingers crossed for Annalise and myself. We will wait and see. That's it. Don't think I've missed anybody out. That was a bit of a ramble, but thank you very much if you've stayed with me. Let me know your thoughts on anything Eurovision 2021 related, and I'll be back soon, probably after Christmas now. So I will leave you with my comments here saying I hope that you have a good, safe Christmas, and hopefully you'll be able to spend it with people you love. And I'll be back soon, at some point, with another video. And remember, Albania's song will be chosen in just a matter of days from this video being uploaded. I'm really starting to waffle now, so I'm going to shut up. Take care of yourselves. Hopefully the quality wasn't too bad. Bye for now.